These rare Chupacabra sightings from Mexico might just make you change your mind about them. In the dusty hills of Monterrey, Mexico, a farmer's routine turned into something straight out of a nightmare. While inspecting the remains of his goats, which were mysteriously drained of all their red liquid, he set up a night vision trail camera, hoping to catch a coyote or maybe just a big cat. What he captured instead shocked the entire village. The dark footage, which began circulating on WhatsApp groups before leaking onto YouTube, of course, showed a hunched black creature skulking near the goat pen. Now it stops, kind of lifts its head, revealing large, very reflective eyes and a set of fangs that don't really belong to any predator in Mexico. Just as it disappears behind a shed, although the footage doesn't really show us that, he then said he ran back into his home. Now, wildlife officials dismissed it just as, a diseased dog, but locals weren't buying it. I mean, they claimed this matched decades-old descriptions of the legendary Chupacabra. The farmer, well, he moved out the very next week, so that says all about that. In 2008, the town of Cuero, Texas, just north of the Mexican border, became ground zero for what many still argue is one of the most compelling Chupacabra sightings ever recorded. Rancher Phyllis Canyon found dozens of her chickens mutilated with telltale puncture wounds on their necks. So when she finally saw the creature responsible, she kind of did what any Texan would. She grabbed a firearm. She called the local authorities, though, however, who actually came out to help her. What County Sheriff Brandon Rydell said he saw was a very blue-grayish creature with a snout that was unlike a dog's, but with an arched back and extended hind legs that look almost kangaroo-like. After chasing it down, he gave it to her, and she had it preserved, and the carcass was sent for DNA testing. Now, scientists called it a coyote with mange, but here's the kicker. Phyllis released photos and footage of the creature and didn't match any unknown or any known species. When the video was featured on international news, viewers in northern Mexico flooded forums saying they'd seen the same creature years earlier near the Rio Grande. What do you guys make of this one, though? In 2021, in the remote mountains near Oaxaca, Mexico, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, a group of teens hiking and kind of filming content, for TikTok, caught what might be the most spine-chilling Chupacabra footage to date. The video, which quickly went viral before being mysteriously taken down, showed something crawling on all fours near the edge of a ravine, only it kind of moved in very unnatural, jerking motions, almost like an insect. The figure was long-limbed, completely hairless, and had glowing eyes that kind of darted directly toward the camera before vanishing right into the bush with impossible speed. Locals had already been on edge that summer due to several just unexplained livestock, being unalived. Now, when the teens showed the footage to their families, they were immediately told to delete it and just not speak of it again, which is weird. Now, this part of Mexico's folklore warns that seeing the creature is a very bad omen, but like any good urban legend, a few copies of the video still circulate today, mostly buried in the darker corners of Reddit and, encrypted Telegram groups, but go take a look for yourself. In 2023, an alleged Chupacabra encounter from Zacatecas took conspiracy circles by storm. A local security guard patrolling a escape yard at night claimed he'd seen a pair of glowing eyes staring at him from the shadows. Now he pulled out his phone and kind of started filming. The footage is very shaky, low light, a little claustrophobic, but for a brief second, you can actually clearly see a gaunt creature with elongated limbs crawling behind a rusted out truck. It has no fur, grayish skin, and it emits a low kind of guttural growl before vanishing into the darkness. The video surfaced on a paranormal Facebook group before being picked up by a very popular Spanish language YouTube channel where it now has over 2 million views. Now, some say, of course, it's just a hoax, but locals in Zacatecas have been whispering about something attacking stray dogs and farm animals for years. And now they believe, they finally have proof. Let me know what you guys think, though, real or fake. I'm your host, Ashley. I'll see you later.